Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? This is SEL0320 representing JVS. So I'm back here again for another review for Gotham is back. Season premiere, 4th season. I can't believe we're in the 4th season. It's been 3 years ago when everything started, and now we progressed to the point where Bruce has taken upon himself to work in the realm of vigilantism. And so, like, the weird thing about it is, like, since, I guess, 3 months ago when everything went down from last season, now crime is like to a crawl because for whatever reason Penguin decided he's gonna profit on working against crime but only taking it down to the meter that he wants it to be. So he technically is legalizing crime if you have a permit underneath him. And so it's like, how is that gonna actually work? But the reality of it is that at the same time this is happening, Bruce is taking it upon himself to go and act out as a vigilante no matter what it is, because he's not working for GCPD. And I can't believe that the mayor and GCPD decided to go inside with Penguin. I knew from jump that Gordon wasn't going to be, privy to that. He was like, no, I'm not going to. Like, even when he went to his favorite diner, he was getting held up, he was just like, okay, let me stop this. It was just crazy to me, though, that, the other cops would come at him. Thinking about everything that's happened, they've witnessed, their captains get killed. They've witnessed their captains turn to murder. They've witnessed their own getting murdered. They've had like a whole SWAT team just get murdered. And it's like, I feel like by this time that they should all get it. Now, granted, they might be new cops to this, so I don't really know. Like, maybe now at this point, like, anybody that's still a survivor is a vet. Bullock and him, they know they've been through it. But it's like, to me, it's like, what you're signing on for getting as a police officer in Gotham. So unless they're corrupt and stuff like that, I just didn't understand why they kind of came and going like that. I guess they didn't want to like shake the cages, but when he sit there and asked them like, what if he legalized murder, they were kind of like, well, it doesn't matter, and they just proceeded to beat him down. The cool parts about this episode, I would say, definitely is Bruce all around. I think that the way that, what is the kid's name? I always get his last name messed up. I know it's David, but I forget his, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It starts with an M. But he's able to get into this character's mind so well. Like, he really does seem like a young Bruce Wayne. Like, in every facet. Like, I think they're on the nose with a lot of the Batman cues, like him talking with Gordon and then just phasing out. The end sequence where he was going up against the one guy and then just kind of like dipped out. And like the lights were shifting and changing. You don't really know how or why he was able to do that. I think they should make a little bit more explanation behind how he was able to distort the lights, how he was able to leave so quickly. But if they do that, that would remove that, mysticism behind Batman as a lore and as a character. And the beginning of this episode was even crazier because when he got into that fight, like, you saw Ra's al Ghul watching him. And I was just like, okay, so Ra's al Ghul is still here. He just proceeded to see what Bruce is going to do with it. I think that I rested my case in thinking that by the end of this season, Bruce is going to end up meeting back up with Ra's al Ghul. He's going to challenge him. He's going to lose, and he's going to train underneath him. I think that's going to be the stipulation. I think that by the time we get to like the 5th season, he will be actually trained under Ra's al Ghul. I'm curious to see what that time jump is going to look like, and if they're going to stay with the same exact actor. Either way, this is a pretty good episode because even with like Penguin, like the way that he's kind of like changed and transformed, but not like, he kind of allows himself to kind of be like this, messiah for Gotham, but really, he's the sickness, and at the same exact time you got Selena, where she kind of is like being trained by Tabitha to be more of a lethal thief. Or I guess is a better way of putting it. And I was waiting for that. Ever since Tabitha showed up, I was like, she's always reminded me of Catwoman. So I think that that's an interesting parallel. It's just like, I'm not sure why Tabitha is taking, her underneath her wing like that, if it's not a means to an end. So I guess we'll see. Eventually, they're going to double cross each other. That's going to happen. That's a given. Butch isn't mentioned at all, even though now we've confirmed that he's Solomon Grundy. And I guess that's it. Gordon is in the situation that he's in, and he's just not going to let it stand. But the interesting part of this episode is the introduction and the birth of Jonathan Crane, or what we know of the Scarecrow. I think it might be a little premature Just because I knew this was kind of building up to that. Like his psychosis was either one gonna completely fall, or he was gonna, like become what he's been afraid of for the past 3 years. So they locked him in the room with it. He came out, but it's like the other side of that is like, how did he get all that stuff on him? Like, how did he make it look so cool and so, like, how did he develop all those different things and just like walk out like that? I feel like that was a little strange, but I guess to speed up time and progression, let's just see what he's gonna do moving forward. But all in all, I think this is a really good premiere. I give this one a 9 out of 10. I actually really enjoyed it. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the reaction that we're gonna post a little bit later on. Probably won't be until tomorrow, but either way, I'll talk to you guys later. Keep it locked. JVS ain't gonna stop. Gotham's back, baby. Peace.